What's up guys, David Land here bringing you another diecast review. This time we're taking a look at another of the Team Hot Wheels Pro Racing First Edition 1998 series of kart diecast. This is Christian Fittipaldi's Swift 007 from the 1997 kart season. This is probably the hardest diecast I've had to track down from this set. It's the last one I needed from the set, though they're not the last one I'm reviewing. I decided to review this one because it's one I've wanted for a very long time. I love the Swift body, the Swift chassis I suppose you could call it, and I also love the sponsor of this car, Kmart, though Kmart wasn't technically the primary sponsor of this car. That was Budweiser, but since it's a Hot Wheels car, there's no Budweiser on it. But we'll get into that whole rant again. I always rant about that because it is slightly annoying when they don't put proper sponsors on diecast. But yes, this was an eBay purchase for me. This was the final Hot Wheels Pro Racing 1998 First Edition I needed to complete the kart set. They only did one wave of these for kart, and this was the final one I needed. As I've always said previously, beautiful kart artwork. I will be keeping this even though the packaging is not in the best condition. Again, this was for opening anyway, so whatever. And there's an important bit specifically designed for the adult collector. Anyway, let's take a look at the back of the box really quick. You can see the driver, Christian Fittipaldi, the team, Newman Haas Racing, sponsor Kmart. The chassis is a Swift 007.I, Ford Cosworth XD power plant. The birthday for Mr. Fittipaldi was in 1971, and his hometown was Sao Paulo, Brazil, or Key Biscayne, Florida. And I think Key Biscayne eventually ended up hosting a kart race in the mid-2000s. Don't quote me on that. Christian, the nephew of racing legend Emerson Fittipaldi, is one of kart's most consistent drivers, finishing in the top 10 13 times in 16 races during the 1996 season. And there's a fake autograph. Here's the rest of the back of the box. Very nice. I've gone over this for all of the Hot Wheels Pro Racing cars, but I will continue to do so because it is pertinent if this is the first time you're watching one of these reviews. So let's get this beautiful Swift chassis out of the box and take a look at it. So here it is, the gorgeous Christian Fittipaldi Swift chassis out of the box. I will say this is an absolutely lovely piece of diecast. Very, very pretty car, though we do have a little bit of a problem here with this is something that I noticed on the Tony Kanaan car from Greenlight. It is a little bit wonky, though I did actually fix that on the Tony Kanaan car. I figured out that one of the suspension bits was just kind of stuck, so it's probably this way on this car as well. I'll have to check that in just a second, but just talking about the beauty of the bodywork, it's just it's just lovely, lovely car, and I actually kind of like the fact, despite the fact that I'm going to rant about it later, that it doesn't have much sponsorship on it. Because they couldn't put half of the sponsorship from Budweiser on there. I think it really captures the look of the car very well. It's just a lovely looking car. I think, again, Hot Wheels did an absolutely wonderful job capturing the Swift 007 in diecast form. In fact, they did such a great job with the Reynards as well in this set. Of course, this is one of only 2 times the Swift has ever been made available from Hot Wheels. The other one, of course, is the Michael Andretti, which I already did a review on. Here is the look at the upper deck trading card, Christian Fittipaldi, and of course you're seeing Budweiser, Budweiser, and it's going to get even worse here on the back because we have a beautiful shot of the Swift 007, and I actually really kind of wish that Hot Wheels had done this in the oval configuration. As you can see, the oval configuration of this car looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Just that screams IndyCar to me. But you have the Budweiser logos all over it. You can see, despite only recording 10 starts in the 1997 season, Fittipaldi pocketed 2 top 5 finishes at Portland and Elkhart Lake. He finished 4th at both events. Yes, so the reason he had 10 starts, and the reason I remember this so well, is because one of my first racing memories was of Christian Fittipaldi having an absolutely monumental crash at Surfers Paradise, where he launched over the back of Gilles de Ferran, went head-on into the wall, and then launched over one of the chicanes in the first corner at Surfers Paradise. Badly broke his leg and was out of the season for a very long time. And was actually replaced by Roberto Moreno, who is kind of referred to in IndyCar circles as super sub. But something a lot of people don't know, and something that's kind of come to light recently, is that the number one person on the replacement list was some guy by the name of Buddy Lazier. Yes. Buddy Lazier was on Newman Haas's short list to replace Christian Fittipaldi when he went down with the injury. Now, there are some varying degrees of sources that confirm or deny why Buddy didn't get the seat. There may have been a little bit of interference from Tony George, because of course Lazier was the reigning IRL Indy 500 champion. So it was pertinent to keep Lazier in the IRL rather than going and racing in kart. But I must say, it would have been very interesting to see Michael Andretti and Buddy Lazier team at the same team, because, as I've said previously in other videos, when the kart IRL split happened, I had my favorite in IRL was Buddy Lazier, and my favorite in kart was Michael Andretti. So it would have been nice to see those two team up in a super team at Newman Haas Racing, which I would consider is probably my favorite kart team. But just a wonderful diecast. I mean, I think the red on this car really pops. It really makes it look excellent. I love the detailing on this car. I think this is probably my favorite of the two Swifts that came out. We'll show you off Michael's car here in just a second. Of course, I did a diecast review of that earlier. Just a lovely car. And it looks like, yeah, this is where the problem is. It's in the front suspension. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that. I'll have to take a look at it off camera, see if I can fix it. It looks like the front, what is this, the front left tire, right? Yeah, front left, that's easy for me to remember. Front left tire looks like the suspension has kind of gone a bit wonky. So I might be able to fix that, might not be able to. I'm not going to do it on camera because I don't want to break it. But let's take a look at this car next to the other Swift 007. And now we have the full Newman Haas Racing team from 1997. Just zoom in there real quick. And you've got Christian Fittipaldi and Michael Andretti, an absolutely beautiful racing car pairing. And if you can end up tracking both of these cars down, despite that there's the inaccuracy on the rear wing here, you may have noticed on the box that it's supposed to have a white logo with a red Kmart logo, the rear wing, on both of these cars, by the way, and for whatever reason it's not like that. But whatever. I think these cars look fantastic as a set, and of course, once you get the a couple of Reynards in there too, you really start to have a pretty looking set of diecast. And I will be reviewing the entire Hot Wheels 1998 First Edition Pro Racing segment of diecast. The next one I think I'm going to do is Max Pappas, followed by Patrick Carpentier. So I hope we'll see you there. This has been on the Christian Fittipaldi 1997 Swift. It's an absolutely lovely car. I'm very, very happy to add it to the collection. And if you enjoy videos like this, I do them all of the time on lots of different racing series: IndyCar, ALMS, IMSA, NASCAR. So if you are new here, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more, because more is coming and I absolutely am loving doing this. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video.